Coming up on the Good Morning Show, frustrations on the highest of Seven Hills. Why FAMU's search for the next president sparked a debate among the Board of Trustees.
Plus, concerns over the future of higher education in Georgia. How an executive order signed by President Trump could affect money going to schools.
Trusted, local. The WCTV Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for waking up with us on the Good Morning Show. Yeah, man, Rob, we are headed into a busy weekend.
Okay.
Busy weekend for me. Yeah. Really for life tonight if you guys are not doing anything.
Lincoln High School.
At Lincoln High School from 6 to 10 p.m. Our Zach Dahlheimer is our cancer survivor speaker.
Yeah, sure.
He's been very open about his journey. I'm our MC of the event. That's tonight. Tomorrow, myself, I'm not a veteran, I'm going as a cameraman, but myself and a ton of veterans are on the annual honor flight trip.
Yeah.
So that's a huge deal too. So that's going to be taking place too.
Got the Rose
Parade in Thomasville.
Yeah,
I mean, the list keeps going.
Yeah.
So busy weekend, and hopefully we have a good setup in store for it.
I think we do. As long as you're okay with it being a little toasty.
I mean, hey, I'd rather take that than a downpour,
you know? Go. So I do think the weather's going to cooperate through outdoor events for today, for tonight, for tomorrow, for the weekend. Maybe we can find some shower chances when we get to Sunday, and that's a maybe at this point. But right now, as we look at the day planner, I think a very similar day to the setup we had yesterday, which is very similar to what we had the day before. Now, we were able to keep those top temperatures from breaking 90 in more areas yesterday. I still think 90's in play again today. It's in play again tomorrow. That's just the way the setup is. It's going to be plenty of warm, plenty of muggy out there. And the more sustained sunshine that we do have, and there'll be some, those temperatures are going to climb. We're starting off with the numbers way up in the 60s. It's 68 at the Tallahassee Airport. Now it's 64 at Quincy. Bainbridge right in the middle at 66. Live Oak, one of the cooler spots at 61. But check out Panacea and Apalachicola, where it's in the low to mid 70s. I think we're going to find some fog. Live Oak right now, visibility down below 2 miles. Some more fog concerns when you get out into the Panhandle, but so far so good. A little breeze stirring things up, keeping most of our visibilities better than 5 miles. It's the same setup. We're sitting in this warm, humid air mass. Whatever's left of that decaying boundary to our north is still there, and that's what triggered a couple of the showers in some of our far northern areas yesterday. There'll be a new boundary trying to get here Sunday, and that's why we say the showers are going to try. I'm still not convinced they're going to be all that successful. We could use some rain. We've had rain once for the whole month of April, back on April 7th. Today's the 25th. We could use some showers that would not just cool things down, but it'll help out those thirsty lawns, gardens, and greens. We'll check on that full forecast in just a couple of minutes.
Developing this morning, a Tallahassee man is found not guilty at a double shooting outside a fast food restaurant. Kylan Welch was found not guilty of murder in a shooting outside a West Pensacola Street McDonald's in June of 2023. 2 men were killed in an ongoing dispute over a gun. Court records show the jury found Welch not guilty on both murder charges last night. The jury did find Welch guilty on a firearm charge. That sentencing date has not yet been set.
Florida A&M hosting a campus safety town hall yesterday. The meeting, a chance for students to share their concerns about FAMU's safety practices, while also letting leaders weigh in on measures taken. Now, FAMU's police chief laying out the university's response timeline from last Thursday's deadly shooting at FSU. The university's timeline shows that the FSU alert notified FAMU about the incident 2 minutes after the gunman was taken into custody. FAMU sent out their alert 17 minutes later. The university sharing that it worked to get in touch with FSU and the state emergency management before launching their first alert. President Tim Beard sharing concerns about the length of time between FAMU's alerts.
But their concern and mine, to be honest with you, was the quiet time. The alerts were 2+ hours apart, and I think that is an area that we've been talking about. But as I go through this and listening to the students, we do have a plan going forward to make sure that quiet time, we have some communications out there.
Leaders also stressing the importance of signing up for Everbridge text alerts, saying email alerts and social media posts are secondary options to amplify those messages.
I'm really at a loss for words with how the things continue to, operate on this board.
A FAMU trustee expressing frustration during the university's board meeting yesterday. 2 trustees calling for a motion to pause the search for FAMU's next president and start an independent investigation. Trustee Belvin Perry citing rumors that the search is skewed. FAMU's general counsel says Florida's Board of Governors is reviewing those claims. However, Trustee Deveron Gibbons, who's leading the search, says the rumors are false.
These things that I've heard, if they are true, brings a question of the credibility of the entire search process.
I can assure you that all of these innuendos and rumors that are flying around are not accurate in any way, shape, or form.
Trustees voting not to pause the search. The 4 finalists are set to visit campus in May for interviews and meet and greets.
At the Georgia Capitol, college students and staff concerned about the future of higher education in the state.
Yeah, President Trump signing an executive order that could cut off billions of dollars to schools if the administration doesn't agree on what's being taught. Abby Kasoris has more.
The Department of Education given further powers to regulate the accreditation process. Schools passing quality and accountability standards to receive state and federal funding, as well as student financial aid. President Donald Trump signing a slew of education executive orders on Wednesday, saying students are getting into top schools and they can't do basic math because schools prioritize woke policies, not merit.
They can't get into the best schools. What is that all about?
Yeah, and I think that gets to your policy, sir, of meritocracy, that we should be looking at those who have real merit to get in.
Institutional accreditor, the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, maintains they accredit based on the quality of education and remain apolitical.
I don't agree with them. I think that we have always tried to provide opportunities on campuses for students to not only express their own views, but for faculty to be able to express diverging views.
They accredit most Georgia schools, including Georgia State University. Georgia State student Blake Robinson says he's debt-free thanks to scholarships for low-income minority students and fears this could add pressure to cut those scholarships.
I do come from a household where we do sit in the lower middle class, and we do have to constantly, fight for opportunities to make sure that we have a roof over our head, clothes on our back, and food on our table.
He says there's a shift on campus, what feels like a fear of funding withdrawals, dangled like a carrot to cut DEI programs to appease the president's push.
We're going to defund you if you don't comply with what we say. And when governments try to impose requirements on something as simple as our educational institutions, that's a problem.
The Council of Regional Accrediting Commissions released a statement after the executive order was signed, saying, "We firmly reject President Trump's mischaracterization of an accreditor's role in the nation's post-secondary education system. We stand ready to work with the Secretary of Education on policies that will advance our shared mission." In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
Staying in Georgia, parents have a new resource to track the safety records at their kids' school. So it's called the School Safety Dashboard, and it's the work of Max Shader, whose son Alex was killed in the Parkland school shooting in 2018. Parents can go to the website, pull up any school in Georgia, and see the data. The website was launched yesterday. You can find it at schoolsafetydashboard.org.
In South Georgia, the Valdosta City Council voting on a major project to help modernize the Valdosta Regional Airport. Now, this is the home of the airport's new general aviation terminal, or at least the future home of it. The new construction will move the terminal away from the runway. Airport officials say this will increase the opportunity for more charter flights, create meeting spaces, and provide an area for travelers to enjoy plane takeoffs. Officials say they hope this renovation will bring more traffic to the airport commercially.
More airlines would definitely be more feasible due to the simple fact that there are literally like 3 different times you can travel out of Valdosta. First thing in the morning, around lunchtime, and then early afternoon. And a lot of those connecting flights when you're headed back to Valdosta are a little later on, so that would definitely be a plus.
Now, the timeline for the new general aviation terminal project is not set, but the air traffic control tower is scheduled to be completed in October.
Today, the city of Thomasville is having their annual Rose Parade, with this year's theme being Where Roses Rain, Heritage Blooms. The parade is at 7 p.m. in downtown. You'll be able to see creative floats, lots of fun for the family, and of course, quite a bit of roses in the Rose City to enjoy. If you can't make it in person, that's okay, because the city's going to live stream it on their YouTube channel. That's starting at noon. You'll see it live at the scene in Thomasville, and then tonight on Eyewitness News will be live as the festivities begin. So you'll have to also tune into Eyewitness News at noon and through the 90. And still to come on the Good Morning Show, a famous night show is ending its 50th season with a bang. We have that and more in entertainment news.
All right, our forecast for the next couple of days. Got lots of warm, got lots of muggy, but still pretty nice for, an early summer forecast, even if it's still April. I'll break that down coming up.